I think everyone is going to have different opinions on how you should play hardcore and how the new hardcore is going to be played on the new servers. I think as long as you play death equals delete, have fun. I think the rest of it is just semantics, and I think the people who are trying to shove their rules, their big rules down other people's throats, I think they're all a bunch of assholes. As long as you play death equals delete on hardcore, play whatever you want, man. Just have fun. Have fun, enjoy the game. It's just a game. So have fun with it. I think the rest of it is just a mix after that.
Start this video, I'm gonna hit you with a trigger warning: drama and hardcore server
Hardcore
rules.
drama.
Whenever talking about rules for official hardcore servers, some people are bound to get pissed off, so this is your one trigger warning. Go grab something to eat and drink or something relaxing, and try not to get triggered too much. I should also state that I have personally been in the hardcore community pretty much from the very start. I have one level 54 and one level 60 in the current classic era community hardcore servers, aka Hydration Waterlord for EU,
no one cares
and before
about
this
your
I also had some low-level character, whatever. I just wanted to mention that to set the stage. Alright, I guess it's time to talk about some drama. Official hardcore servers were announced by Blizzard last week, and even though this is something we should all be incredibly excited for, it's pretty much split the community, and it's starting so much drama to the point where people just straight up insult each other for having different opinions than their own. So let's have a chat. Exactly what drama am I talking about? Well, Blizzard said during the announcement that they felt it was not right for Blizzard to impose on the server by adding any additional rules beyond having one life, basically allowing you to play on a one life server in the way that you personally want to play. Two different types of players that are going to war against each other, where one is very vocally against the other one. So to summarize the two groups of people, group number 1, meaning no grouping, no trading, and no auction house. Group number 2 wants to have what it looks like we are getting, a regular classic WoW experience with one life, where they can play the game in the way they want to play the game.
Okay, so I want to focus on this for a second. So I think this diversity is a good thing. I think the people who are hating on each other for this diversity are freaking morons. Group 1 and 2 you don't have to talk to each other, on WoW. That's it. Someone's playing a different rule set than you, don't talk to them. You can't force your big bulging ideals down someone else's throat. You can't force someone to be you. And if that person is not you, they are not going to have the same opinions. And that's life, man. That's life. So, who cares if somebody plays a different rule set than you? You die or delete your character, it's all the same. For myself personally, I am going to do the more solo challenge where I'm not going to have auction house, I'm not going to have grouping while I'm playing. Quote unquote, not gonna have grouping, no trading, like only solo, even though it's, you can't solo on an MMO, like you can't. So, group 1, if anyone follows group 1 rules set, they're all fucking liars. And they don't even follow their own rules, but they like to pretend like they follow their own rules, and then call, group 2 a bunch of idiots, even though group 1, they don't even follow their own rules. They don't. They actually don't, because if you were playing on a true solo experience, you would be playing on a no-life server. You would be playing on a server that has absolutely no one on it. That's real hardcore, man. That's real hardcore. But hey, again, those are my opinions. My opinions are not right or wrong. They're just my opinions. And if someone else has other opinions, they can feel free to agree or disagree with me. But those are just my opinions. But yeah, these are basically the two groups. I am more partial to group 1, with the no grouping, no auctioning, because I think it's definitely one hell of a challenge. Like, if you can do it. But like, I don't care if people don't follow all those rules. You know, that's fine by me. You know, I don't hate someone because they're playing a different style of game than I do. Anyway, I wish I could hear more people's opinions about why not having more rules is a bad thing. I would love to hear more of those opinions. Well, see if I can dig those up after this. But I'm glad I shared my opinions.
They want to play the game. Now, here's where I am going to trigger some people. The group that wants to have the rules we currently have with the hardcore add-on is basically who's starting all the drama, trying to gatekeep the word hardcore and saying if trading is allowed, there's no challenge anymore, you can do it blindfolded, just buy epics and enchants, and everything Lamau, it will be so easy WTF. After playing hardcore for about 500 hours in the last
Nah, people still, you could have full epic enchants, you're still gonna die. Like, you're still gonna die in hardcore WoW.
Few months, yeah, I'm no-lifing a bit, I know. Even still, I'm having fun, and after being a part of the hardcore community since it came out, I can tell you this: 95% of the deaths that I've seen are due to mistakes. You misjudge a scenario, you pull something wrong, you run into too many mobs, you overestimate yourself, or you make one out of a million different mistakes, which makes you die. In 99% of those scenarios, you would have died no matter what gear you have. I have seen a warrior loot Edge Masters, then die after an hour. I've seen a Retribution Paladin loot an epic axe appropriate for his level, and then die very quickly after equipping it. I've seen a fully raid-geared warrior
after you
die
feel
in
like
the
you
open
gain
world
some power,
in a level 50 zone.
You do some,
level 60, fully raid-geared Naxxramas character, probably not Naxxramas.
And I'll be honest, I am guilty of this. I am guilty.
AQ or something, like had the entire raid gear and the fear set and everything, died in the open world due to, once again, misjudging something, doing a mispull, literally a mistake, right? Even though it was obviously over-geared for the scenario. Am I trying to say trading will not make it easier? No, of course it will. I am not a complete moron, well at least I don't think so. With only one working brain cell, I have at least 2 brain cells working, and I am able to acknowledge that trading will have an impact. However, the impact will be much smaller than people are making it out to be. People are running around saying trading in Auction House will break hardcore, getting a level 60 warrior will be so easy, and it will no longer be a challenge. Like seriously, once again, after being here for 3 years and playing
I don't mean nerd in a bad way.
More hardcore than most of you probably ever will, 95% of deaths are due to mistakes, and no matter how much gear you had, you would still have died. The only levels where gear really brings in a huge boost is level 1 to 30. Where are you going to get all the gold? Once again, people are using the argument of people will be running around with Crusader enchants at level 1, full world epics by level 40, mooncloth bags and full consumables. You do realize that items are not free on the auction house, right? It actually costs gold. Hardcore servers are starting from scratch. Nobody has anything at level 1. It will take...
That's gonna be the part that I love most about... hardcore WoW, is that it's gonna be fresh. Like I truly don't care about anything else. The death equals delete. I think that's why I'm trying to get used to it, but the part that I care about most is gonna be the fresh servers. I can't wait for fresh servers. I think fresh servers is always a good thing for a classic. I love being able to, because it's a sense of camaraderie, right? Everyone is doing the same thing at the same time, and it feels really cool when you have that many people doing the same thing. So I can't wait for those fresh servers. That's gonna be litty. I can't wait to find out when those things come out.
Like, we're talking months, we're talking at least 6 months down the line, maybe a little bit quicker, but you get my point, and it's going to be expensive as fuck. So you're going to have to go out and farm that gold, in which case, you are playing the game, which I personally don't see any problem with.
What do I mean? My warrior. only warrior. I've had tons of warrior deaths already in hardcore, but I'm gonna keep playing warrior because I want to learn more about being a better warrior. I guess in retail it's paladin, but I haven't played much retail.
Player B wants a challenge. Both can get exactly what they want. It doesn't need to be an us versus them environment here. By Blizzard giving us servers with one premise, aka one life or death equals a ghost, it is then up to the community to come up with challenges like solo self-found to spice up the gameplay if they want to, but the server itself...
I think that's a mostly base take that, you know, how does one affect the other? In reality, I don't think one really affects the other. But I don't know, these I guess people's very small prides are hurt, I guess, because the WoW hardcore community, they're so up their own ass about the rules. Let's see what else this guy has to say though. Warrior main, that's fire. I love warrior so much, Lala. I love warrior so much.
I just hate this gatekeeping mentality that people have, which reminds me so much of elitism, which has always plagued this game, and I desperately don't want to see that in hardcore. The simple fact is, if you want to keep using the rules we currently have with the add-on, you can keep using the add-on. That being said, we are using an add-on to restrict the use of it, but the features, they are available.
Okay, they were waiting for the world buffs. I have another hot take on world buffs. Like, they get world buffs and they go out and they go nutty on it. I think it's kind of dumb. I try and play the game without world buffs. I typically don't try and get world buffs as a lower level because world buffs were designed as a higher level in mind, so it wasn't really designed for like lower level compatibility. You know, if you get it, great, that's fine by you, but for me personally, I don't get the world buffs, and I don't really like getting the world buffs as a lobby. If I'm passing through the city and they happen to drop it, no, I don't delete my world buffs. I'll use it. But for the most part, I don't care about the world buffs, and I don't actively look for any world buffs. You know what the crazy part is right now? In Classic WoW, you can already trade. So you can already trade in Classic WoW. You can already mail. You can already buy epics and use the auction house. Like, you can already do all these things that people are saying. So I don't understand why the hardcore community is like so upset by this, because you can already do all these things. Like, you can already do all these things, so I really don't understand why the elitists are like so upset by this. And if maybe I'll be able to reach out to one of the elitists and see what they had to say. If anyone knows them, you know, you know, I'd love to have a conversation, if you know, about that, you know, with one of the elitists. It doesn't make any sense to me, because yeah, all that stuff is already available in Hardcore Classic, so like I truly don't understand what these people are freaking out about. And it's not that I you know, disagree with these people, it's that I literally don't understand. I really don't. I really do not understand why these people are freaking out, so I'd love to be able to understand that. So, you know, I'd love to be able to understand that more. I'd love to hear some of their words more. You know, I'd love to have a full conversation about that.
House will do on the official hardcore series without
the funny part is, you can just turn off the add-on else and then you can break all the rules that you want.
Because the simple fact is, people play the game differently.
This is fine.
I mostly agree with this guy. I think this guy's mostly based. If I made fun of him during that at all, it's out of love, because I'm also a nerd. But I think this guy's mostly based. There were like no decisions or opinions that this guy had that I didn't agree with, so I think this guy's mostly pretty based.
Go play regular classic.
And then I think I went over like all my big opinions on hardcore. So you know, I think that's everything. Now we can actually play some classic.
Which is just
the
dumbest argument I have ever
Let's
seen
play some
in
hardcore.
any discussion.
Alright, the last of the video is just this guy just like bashing these guys. You know, good for him. Good for him for just bashing the morons. Good for him. Alright, I think that's all I got for these videos. Let's get into some classic finally. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I'm Rose. If you liked the video or if you found it helpful at all, please consider smashing that like and subscribe button. And if you're considering it, I do take donations, even as little as $1 helps a lot. So please consider supporting the channel. And yeah, have a good one, the internet. Peace.